I just don't want to hold your hand to the film. Now we have Johannes Becht, who's played, of course, the crazy hunter in the woods, or Franz Koch, and then we got Dennis Knifechief, who played 2 parts, the scared hunter in the beginning, and the concerned brother for the phone. And so these guys helped in massive amounts while we were filming this movie. They not only were in front of the camera, but behind it as well. And it was just a lot of hard work, especially the scenes in the woods. That sucked. But I think it was worth it in the end. Do you guys have any questions at all?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
What was the impetus for this film?
Oh, what was the what?
The impetus. What was behind it?
It's a, is that me or you? The creature was based out of a Native American myth, Wendigo. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but I tried to depict it as honestly and realistically as I could, according to the myth and the lore behind it. But this film spawned because I got tired of seeing people butch like all of my Native American culture, especially the skinwalkers and the Wendigos. They twist them, they turn them into something they're not, when in reality a Wendigo is a walking corpse. That's all it is. And it literally just wants nothing but human flesh. And with every person it eats, it becomes stronger, faster, because of what it's eating. And natives believe that they're kind of a paranormal origin, because they can become what they are by 2 ways, and that is by consuming human flesh, dead or alive, or conjured up by a medicine man, in that sense. Any more questions? Good question. Yeah, what was actually in it? No. The thought I've had behind it was that it is a protector. It's protective because the medicine man knew what it was, and so he wanted to send Michael out there with something to protect him, but it was a lure as well. So it would follow him throughout his time in the woods. And not only his psyche was affected by what was going on in there, but also the woods themselves were kind of their own entity, because they kept him going in circles in that first day. And so they wanted, it's like it wanted to keep him out. You keep whatever was in there. And so that's kind of, I probably went into too much detail about from that to the woods, but yeah, that was what was in the medicine bag. Anybody else? I have a cinematographer named, his name's Mai, but we call him Bong. He's a Vietnamese, my Vietnamese DP, and he's been doing DP work for, I guess, a few years, maybe longer. And I got with him, and I knew what shots I wanted, but having him on board would help elevate what I wanted to make it look more cinematic. So there were lots of shots that he helped me craft that like all the scenes in the woods had to be this feeling of isolation, something that it looked like as if something was watching him from afar, always watching him wherever he was going. And Well, really, we just wanted a lot of wide shots, a lot of medium shots. And if we did close-ups, we would do close-ups to scenes that were most definitely needed, like the scene where he wakes up in the tent. That was definitely needed close-up shot. But I just worked closer with my DP, and he did a lot of the work with me. So he didn't do it for me, but we kept bouncing ideas and different things on it.
I mean, he's not here tonight, unfortunately, but I mean, working with Baum, I mean, wish we could say to him, and he was here right here, you know, but like he's a perfectionist, you know, what he's doing, you know, and that's one of the reasons the shots became so perfect. And I still remember, yeah, I think he spent 30 minutes before we started shooting, and he was just cleaning the lens. And he was just cleaning the lens, but he wanted to make sure it's perfect. So he was great to work with.
You know, we got a little antsy at times because he would take too long. You know, that's fine. I even.
But it made sense. It made sense.
Yeah, I had to catch myself a few times to be like, let him do his thing, because he, you know, and he was always very doubtful of his craft. He was always like, he's like, I don't know if this shot looks good. He's like, do you think it looks good? I'm like, oh, it looks great. You know, it's exactly what I want. He's like, okay. And then he's like, I don't know, I don't like it. I'm like, dude, it's good. Like, it's really great.
And you come on, you're the same way. You know, I told you, hey, the movie looks good. And you're like, no, but this little thing, come on.
I still don't like it. It still needs to be better. But the end product is, as you can see.
Yeah, these guys are very particular in what they do, and it's like meticulous work. Is from what I can tell. I'm new to the acting world, you know, entertainment industry. I got to, you know, do a few small parts in some shows, you know. Like I got some good old camera time over on Reservation Dogs. I got to go do a Marvel show in Georgia for a few weeks, and it's pretty amazing to see these guys, you know, at work, you know, like with everything is in detail, you know, and just hours and hours of filming, you know, will, you know, culminate to just 20 minutes, you know, and it is pretty awesome to see these guys at work, and you know, it's a pleasure to work with these gentlemen, these fine gentlemen over here, and I just want to, you know, comment on that, and you know, Noah Edie, Jigstay, you know, thank you, it always rings, bros, you know, it's an honor, you know, and it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. I used to be a professional boxer, and you know, acting, whenever you get hit in the face, you're supposed to act like it didn't hurt, and boom, boom. So you know, it kind of transitions over. So you know, it's nice to work with these guys. You know, I look forward to more. Appreciate it.
Well, there's going to be plenty more, definitely. Yep. I work with the same people all the time, mainly because they're reliable. But I'm more than welcome to having more new blood come into the fold, but they have to prove themselves. They have to prove that they want to try, because I've had plenty of actors just not show up, not want to try.
Yeah, I think that's one of the problems doing like a low budget movie, you know, you can't pay people, you know, so people don't really see the sense in it, but there's a huge sense in it, you know, just in trying out, you know. For me, it was my first acting role. I mean, not a whole lot of acting needed, I'm a psychopath anyways, but it was still nice to try out. So.
Yes. I mean, all this, it helps like me, you know, as well, you know, as an aspiring actor, you know. So these guys are giving me the opportunity, and you know, I work my butt off, you know, to make it work, you know, for these guys, you know. It's awesome. It's super awesome, dude.
He was with us during the days when we shot. Some of those night shots were actually in the summer. So it was pretty hot.
Yeah.
Very late night. Very late.
We went day to night, but we didn't use the day scenes because we had to go back and reshoot because it didn't match. And so the night shots, we could fool you enough to think that it was actually in the cold rather than in the blazing night heat. And so we just, you know, I did not want to go back and then do another 6 or 7 hours at night shooting, because we spent from, I think, 10 a.m., or no, 9 a.m. to like 1 a.m. out there shooting all the wood scenes, a lot of the wood scenes, and all 3 night scenes. It was hell.
And don't forget the mosquitoes, yeah?
Mosquitoes
Don't forget them.
and the ticks.
Yeah, of course, but you feel them a bit later, you know? Like the mosquitoes is the initial, stuff you don't like.
On my DP, we was kind of getting scared when we were out there in the woods at night, because we kept hearing things move around. And like we kept hearing things in the trees.
We started getting scared of our own movie, you know? That's basically what happened.
Well, he's easily scared. Like he'll say it. He'll be like, he's like, I don't fuck with this shit. Or, you know, I don't like this shit. I'm like, don't worry about it. Just don't pay attention to him. Just keep doing what you're doing. But it was a great experience working with everybody. And I'd love to work with them again, and I will work with them again with other projects I have in mind. Anybody else have any questions?
I just have one. If you guys had more money and more time, where would you take this movie to 90 or 120 minutes?
This is actually a condensed down version of the feature length that I wanted to do. The feature length is a different title, of course, but what you see on the short film is probably not going to be used in the feature length, but I wanted to use it's going to be more of a political drama with the backdrop of the horror, which is the main reason why the main character goes to that town. But there's political uprisings and civil unrest, and that's between these two political candidates that are deciding the fate of the tribe and also their land. And so that's the feature length. That's kind of more in depth of the feature length will be about. But you know, this is kind of a precursor, kind of in a way to what you will maybe experience.
I mean, it's a great way to, kind of get the name out there and possibly attracting investors, people who are willing to even invest money in the first place. They want to see something first. You cannot just walk up to somebody like, hey, I need some money for a feature film. It's like, it doesn't really work that way. Yeah? You want to show something first. Yeah? You either want to have a name already, you want to have something to show for, or you want to have this and say, look, that's the short film, and now I want to make a feature out of it. Now, you got some money? So that's how it works, I guess. At least that's how you explained it to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was told the business by someone else in the business as well, so I'm relaying what I was told. Because you basically do have to go. You have money? Okay. You have money? $10? Cool. And just go. You have to have no shame, which sucks as an independent filmmaker. Which I don't have shame, so that's fine.
Yeah, definitely not.
Anybody else? I would like to, but when it runs into the film festival circuit, it'll have to stay there until they're done with it, until I either win awards with it and they release it. But other than that, I would like to probably put it on my YouTube channel and post about it through my Instagram and Facebook. But in the near future, probably not. I'm thinking it probably won't get actually released until late 2024, which I know it sucks, but I will have multiple screenings. I want to try to have a screening during Dead Week. See if more people would like to show up and watch it, but we'll see. Anybody else?
Was there a question somewhere over there? I think I saw a hand up like before over there. It's like. Yeah, I wanted to tell more. There was actually quite a bit. I cut about 5 minutes out of the film itself to make it flow better.
So you make a sequel to that?
I will make a feature length, which will be a much better appetizing film. But the feature length is probably going to be a 90, 100-minute film. And if I can get my buddy from Oklahoma City, he made his feature film called Out of Exile for $250,000, and it looks great. It's not the best in terms of like story because he didn't really try. He just wanted something out there. He'd be like, hey, look what I can do with this amount of budget, this, everything else, you know. And now he's getting more and more offers, more and more opportunities. And I could make this film on a $250,000 budget. I could make the feature film with that because it's going to be minimal in violence, but there is violence in the feature length. Lots of people do die. More people than this, of course. There's like what, maybe 3? His death is iffy. It's iffy because you don't see it in the beginning. But of course, there are 2 actual deaths, and you don't really see them. Of course, you just see, you know, it cuts away before it happens, or you see the aftermath.
And I mean, Hollywood in general has too much violence sometimes, you know, just blood, blood, blood. I mean, you don't always have to show it, right? I mean, it's enough that somebody's dying.
But, you know, there's a way to stylize it, to make violence beautiful, even though it's
You didn't just say that, man.
Well, you can make it stylish. I mean, there's a film called Dread that made this dystopian violence look beautiful because slow motion of people getting shot, it just had this, they had this saturation really down with that film. But I plan on wanting to do more. There's a lot of differences between the feature and the short of Consume. Things are flip-flopped. Things are mostly changed. Hope that answers your question. Statement, whatever. Man, comedy is hard to do. Comedy is tough. I hate doing comedy because it's like, I don't think I have the chops to write something funny.
Bro, you just gotta get a bunch of natives together and bro, it'll be awesome.
Maybe somebody should say it as well.
Go to a 49 or something. But no,
I mean, it requires a complete different, you know, writing style, a complete different mindset to write a comedy film, you know.
Yeah, you really got to get in a different mindset when you're writing. Like, I had to get into a different mindset when writing this. I had to listen to a lot of different music. I picked out music for it specifically before I even started or finished it. But the next projects I will do are not horror related. This is a psychological horror drama. The next ones I want to do are one's a black dramedy or a dark dramedy, and the other is a revenge drama. So they have the drama element, but you know, a little different, I guess, from each other. Anybody else? Yeah.
Which scene or shot took like the most amount of tries or took the longest to take?
I don't think it was my scene. Definitely not. No.
I think it was the German out in the...
Hey, come on, no.
in the country scene. It wasn't because of like what you would think. It's not like he didn't get his lines down. It was just constantly moving. And the thing is, we're stepping on those stupid dead leaves, and we're trying to have audio with it. And so every time we move, you could hear our footsteps moving back as well as the actor moving forward, and it was out of sync. You could hear
the cameraman's footsteps and all those
crunch,
footsteps.
and then crunch.
Don't forget, you know, you were supposed to bump back into the tree, you know, and you missed that tree a couple times too, you know, and then he was just like, oh, now I want to shoot you, but I can still go backward, you know.
It's hard when they don't tell you this way. Because I think Joe was supposed to tell me go this way, and I was just like...
I tried.
And I just almost fell over. I was like, oh, you're supposed to tell me which side I'm supposed to back up to. But
I mean, you also see, you know, this scene was a scene where you had dialogue involved, you had movement involved, and most of the other scenes just didn't. You know, there was either movement or there was dialogue, or like still dialogue, but this one was both. So of course that took a considerable amount of time, yeah.
And it was one take. We did one take, basically.
I think in the end, yeah, you just literally used the last take, right?
Well,
did you use the last one?
We had like probably like 8+ takes on each of them.
But which one did you use in the edit?
I didn't use the last because I don't think the last was good.
Okay.
But the amount of times we had to do that sucked simply because we did one in July And then I noticed the change in green. I was like, oh no. So we had to reshoot that stuff again. So we doubled our takes with that. And we also had to worry about the element of the sun going down, because we had to have the element of morning-ish. And so we were trying to film sort of an early day look, I guess. But yeah, that one took a long time because we just couldn't get it right for a little bit. And we almost lost one of the shells of the guns that I had. And we literally spent
I remember, oh my gosh, yeah, we were looking forever.
15 minutes, 20 minutes looking for it. We're like kicking leaves and we're like, it was right here. We finally found it, but...
I need to keep getting new wood, you know, for me to carry in, you know, because I was wasting wood by cutting it down. I needed more and more wood because we need to shoot more and more takes. So I was like, I'm running out of wood here, you know, like, it starts becoming annoying. But
it was funny seeing these guys go at it, trying to figure it out.
I bet it was. I mean, you just had to hold the microphone, right? So.
I'm going to stick that.
But I'm telling you guys, boom operator,
it's crazy.
It's no joke. Like, you really do have to be still, because you can hear every little movement, every little thing that you do. Whether you tighten your grip, you can hear it. Whether you almost slightly breathe, you can hear it. So you got to be real careful. So you got to breathe that. You got to breathe in a you got to breathe pretty silently if you can. But
yeah, what experience? I think I held the boom in one of the car scenes, I believe.
He held the boom for a while.
And I was like, hey, I was so still, I didn't do anything with it. It was like, there's something, I hear something. I was like, no way, I didn't even hear something with my earphones, you know? How do you hear something now?
You can hear it.
Yeah.
But it's just a great boom mic and great...
but a sensitive one, of course. But I mean, that's what makes it a great boom mic, so.
Anybody else? Yes?
What was the German hunter saying? Like, I heard a lot of bees in the end, but
oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, I basically was just repeating myself the entire time, which kind of, like, I mean, that was also kind of, like, he gave me the lines in English and I just translated it. But basically, in the beginning, I'm basically having it, like, I mean, we have established that I'm basically cooking and eating my friend, right? We have established that fact, okay? Like, that finger in that how you call it, pot, that was a cooking finger. So, yeah, I got crazy, I got hungry, so I killed my friend, started eating him. I got crazy because of that.
And he's undergoing Wendigo psychosis at that point.
Wendigo psychosis, I like that. So, of course, once I enter the scene, I'm basically discussing, arguing with my friend who's dead. You know, I'm talking with my friend who's dead. And I'm arguing with him about it, who's the better cook. Like, no, I'm the better cook. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm the better cook. I've always been the better cook, and basically just repeating myself like that.
And I remember writing a line in there that I really, really liked, and that was, thank God you came to save us. I keep hearing things at night. The woods are alive.
Yeah, that's basically what I say once you like say for the third time, Franz Gogh, you know, and I'm like, hey, we're saved, Theodore, you know. I'm basically telling my dead friend that we're saved. My dead friend who's cooking in the pot, you know. And then basically I'm just telling him, hey, you have to help us, you know. We've been out here for days, so we're hearing things, there are weird things going on. You have to help us, we are hungry. And I basically just keep repeating myself while I'm basically walking towards him, no ill intentions. Yeah, I don't have...
So we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to explain too much here, but basically I'm walking towards him and basically asking for help, or like, you have to help us, but I, you know, throw around that axe in my hand, and he of course doesn't know what I want, so he just decides to kill me too, and probably for the better, but yeah. So basically that's what I was saying, yeah.
Anybody else? Don't be shy. Well, alrighty then. Well, thanks for coming out to see Consume.
Thank you so much, guys.
We'll try to have another